strike next? Where will she strike next?
For centuries, witches have acted as a physical embodiment of the historical mistreatment of women, a cultural symbol to represent the perceived threat that powerful, strong women pose to deeply rooted patriarchal systems. Hardy Sims describes witches' portrayal in the media as, on one hand, these are women who are literally empowered. On the other, they're typically ugly, evil outsiders who must perish for being powerful. This video essay contextualizes John Chu's Wicked through the analysis of its modernist themes, identity, alienation, and existentialism. Wicked visually represents women's empowerment and the witch as a political symbol through its characters Elphaba and Glinda. Straying from its birth story, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, written by L. Frank Baum, Wicked disrupts the narrative of the Wicked Witch by redefining her from a disfigured, monstrous villain with green skin as a visual cue to her wickedness, and instead presents a woman who is persecuted and discriminated against by an oppressive society that fears what it cannot control or pacify.
Like a froggy, ferny cabbage, the baby is unnaturally green.
Through its altered narrative, Wicked tackles alienation from society and the journey of identity while reflecting the complexity of modernism, defined by Das as the sense of transformation within a disorienting change. Elphaba's internal battle for acceptance versus authenticity embodies this point as she struggles against a society that rejects change, disregarding free will.
And all of us has to love you when by the wizard you're acclaimed.
Identity, theorized by both Bowman and Butler, is said to be a performance, deriving from social pressures and expectations. However, Butler further argues that women are subjected to additional layers of social pressure, linking political fears over feminism to the female submissive identity, where women should be seen and not heard, acting under the orders of man in a society that deems outspoken women in need of being softened, echoing that of Shakespeare's The Taming of the Shrew. Wicked visualizes the importance of identity in integrating into a modernist society, showing just how detrimental the search for one's identity can be and how little society values the authentic self.
She's a terror, she's a tartar. We don't mean to show a bias, but Galinda, you're a martyr.
The media consistently frames witches as the othered or alienated group, existing rebelliously or as a monstrosity. This portrayal reflects the historical mistreatment of women through systems of male dominance that aim to separate womanhood and personhood. Rabia describes this as the development of a hierarchy system, placing women as the second sex and women who rebel against societal norms into a lower third tier. This framework sows rebellion with evilness, Rabia stating that she is evil because she acts. Returning to the concept of the taming of the shrew, paralleling the submission of Galinda to the wizard, creating the public figure, Galinda the Good. As Tarleton argues, the increased sexualization of witches in the media is reflecting the modern fears of feminism and the empowerment of women through the subcategorized tropes of the vixen and the monster. She identifies that now, rather than evil being visibly shown through physical deformities, the media is vilifying women who use their inherited sexualization against men, highlighting how mediation adapts to reflect modern societal fears. Elpha's green skin, originating in L. Frank Baum's The Wizard of Oz, furthers the witch as a political symbol. Hardy Sims identifies that the choice of skin tone carries racial connotations, encompassing not only gendered alienation, but further extending to the alienation of black women within society, a theme emphasized in Cynthia Erivo's portrayal and Chu's creative direction. Elphaba is further highlighted as a victim, not wicked. In the musical number The Wizard and I, Chu connects the themes of identity and social alienation, using visual imagery and musicality to convey Elphaba's idolation of the wizard, a person who represents her hope for acceptance and belonging in Oz. Her desire to remove her green skin, with help from the wizard, reflects the connecting existentialist ideologies of freedom from social alienation at the cost of losing one's authentic self.
If I dig enough by you, and though of course that's not important to me, alright, why not? I'll reply, oh, what a pair we'll be, the wizard and I.
However, at the moral turning point of the film, After witnessing the suffering of marginalised animals in Oz, she forgoes her wishes to conform to an oppressive society to help those in need, choosing to act, thereby establishing her alienation from society. This choice is a catalyst of her villainisation, but also an existentialist form of self-empowerment, following Rabia's statement that she is evil because she acts.
My heart's desire is for you to help the animals. Something bad is happening to them and they need you.
What Is This Feeling, sung by both Glinda and Elphaba, tells the story of two witches' comparative treatment at school. Glinda is seen as conventionally attractive and popular, protecting her from societal backlash, despite possessing magical abilities too. This stark contrast between the two characters' treatment exposes the vanity of our modernist society, marking beauty with goodness, while those with differences are cast out and villainised, such as Elphaba and the animals. This scene embodies Butler's theory of identity, as both girls are shaped in their own way by the society around them, performing and voiding their free will to fit the societal standards of Oz. The final musical number, Defying Gravity, marks Elphaba's empowerment and self-acceptance, singing of Glinda's submission to the corrupt government while explaining why she has to flee. Through the use of contrasting colours and silhouettes, Chu presents the two characters as physically isolated, but together, the visual separation acting as a metaphor for the film's key modernist themes and both women's eventual isolation. This ties to Das's extensive definition of modernity as encompassing an aspiration or fantasy, or the subjective experiences found in an ever-changing society. In the film's resolution, Glinda sacrifices what truly made her happy to gain the societal approval of Oz, adopting a performed identity, leaving her mentally and emotionally isolated, while Elphaba flees from her chances of societal approval, choosing free will over structural control, knowing it will solidify villainisation and alienation, but allowing her to stay true to her values. In the crescendo of the musical number, she is seen flying, separated from the Emerald City. She sings,
If I'm flying solo, at least I'm flying free.
finally understanding that the acceptance from her community is not worth losing her identity. Through both characters' choices, Wicked exemplifies the conflicting challenges of identity and alienation in modern society, and that for society to be modernist, it and its population needs to have the ability to change for the better.